Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for joining me today in this virtual event at Red Hat. My name is Chaya Adukrao, and I'm a product marketing manager here at Red Hat. And our topic for today is the integration of Red Hat storage and Red Hat Enterprise Virtualization. So we will start with taking a look at the storage and virtualization market dynamics, followed by the traditional challenges with virtualization and storage. And then I'll talk about what we're doing at Red Hat to solve these challenges for you. And then finally, we'll take a look at how you can expect to maximize the value of your virtualization and storage investments with this integration from Red Hat. So as we know, virtualization today is a mainstream technology, and server virtualization deployments have never been higher. So IT organizations are aggressively implementing this technology to benefit from the cost savings due to consolidation, the enhanced flexibility, and the agility that virtualization provides. And also, an increase in server virtualization footprint means a simultaneous increase in the consumption of storage capacity. So what we now know is that about 40 to 60% of virtualization dollars are related to storage. And according to analysts, nearly 44,000 petabytes of storage with a total spend of $16 billion will be deployed by 2016, specifically in virtualized x86 environments. And today, enterprises and large enterprises have begun leveraging their highly virtualized data centers as the foundation for building open hybrid clouds. So IT managers now more than ever are evaluating vendor choices for solutions that will help them successfully and seamlessly deploy these cloud initiatives. So while server virtualization has been a remarkably effective consolidation and cost containment strategy for IT, storage still remains a complicated aspect of virtual server deployments. And the rate at which these virtual environments are scaling is causing previously manageable storage issues to become quickly unmanageable, and in the process is eroding the efficiency gains, eroding the efficiencies gained on the server virtualization side. So let's take a look at the specific storage and virtualization challenges that IT is facing today. So the first challenge is associated with eroding costs. So how is this happening? We know that the rate at which virtual environments are growing is causing a virtual machine sprawl. So these virtual machines are consuming significant and expensive storage space in either storage area networks or traditional scale-up NAS storage solutions. The traditional scale-up NAS solutions have limitations with scalability and performance, while deploying and managing SAN infrastructures is not only extremely expensive and complex, you also end up spending more for acquiring the specialized expertise for managing these SAN infrastructures. So more often than not, IT departments are finding themselves overspending on their virtualization initiatives. And the next challenge is around complexities. So we know that as a virtual environment scales, more hosts are added, and the virtual machine density per host increases. And of course, you will see an increase in the overall virtual machine population as well. But this in turn results in a very complex storage environment. And the issues around managing the shared storage for such environments is actually forcing many IT managers to slow down the server virtualization rollout and take another look at the storage infrastructures today. So this is known to be one of the top concerns of IT managers. And in addition to challenges and concerns around dynamically scaling, another major concern for IT departments today is the high availability of virtual machines and applications. So along with maintaining high availability of the physical layer, you need to ensure high availability at the virtual infrastructure layer as well. And without this level of protection at the virtual layer, you're exposed to application failures. And these are the applications that power your business. So you certainly don't want to risk downtime for your applications. So moving on to the next slide. The challenges associated with storage in virtual environments, is actually forcing IT to compromise on either cost, operational simplicity, or flexibility of infrastructure. So the dilemma for customers now is, how do we deliver IT services efficiently and cost effectively, and at the same time keep up and adapt to the dynamic business needs in our virtual environment? So at Red Hat, we believe that you can exploit the advantages of virtualization without compromising on efficiencies or costs. And how you do that is by streamlining IT efficiencies, that is to have an ability to manage resources no matter how disparate in a holistic and efficient manner. And by also future-proofing your existing investments using standardized hardware and eliminating vendor silos. And by scaling quickly and efficiently across on-premise data centers, public and hybrid clouds, and also by leveraging the power of community-driven innovation to capitalize on emerging technologies. So with those goals in mind, Red Hat is integrating Red Hat Enterprise Virtualization and Red Hat Storage to enable you to build resilient, agile, and optimal virtual and storage infrastructures across private, public, and hybrid clouds. So we believe that we are at the forefront of driving the data center modernization strategy, and one of the ways we're doing that is by converging virtualization and storage resources. So our products are based upon open source technologies. We are also hardware platform independent. And this sort of a hardware vendor agnostic approach is, or actually this sort of a hardware vendor agnostic approach in converging virtualization and storage is actually an industry first. And many times with other vendors, you find yourself locked into their integrated hardware and software stacks. But that's not the case with Red Hat. So you choose which vendors you want to work with. And with our software-only solution and an ecosystem that's not glued to any vendor, we're also well-equipped to enable what Gartner defines as the emerging technology for data centers, which is the fabric-based infrastructure. So this is a concept where server and storage resources are made available as logical resources on a network. And these resources are also well-integrated and centrally managed through a fabric resource pool manager. And that is essentially what we are enabling through this integration of fabric-based infrastructure. So let's take a look at the capabilities of this integration. And by the way, so these capabilities will be available with Red Hat Storage Update 4 and the Red Hat Enterprise Virtualization 3.1. So with this integration, you would be able to store Rev virtual machine images on Red Hat Storage. So the VM image store is supported through the POSIX-FS Rev storage domain. And Rev 3.1 actually now supports POSIX file system as a storage domain along with iSCSI, NFS, FD, and the local storage domain. And since Red Hat Storage is a POSIX compatible file system, the storage pool can be mounted normally using the native client from one of the hosts. And next feature is that Red Hat can also now be managed through the RevM console. This feature or the storage management feature through RevM is actually currently in tech preview. And our vision for this integrated console is to create a single pane of glass through which you can pool and manage all your data center server and storage resources, or in other words, enable a fabric resource pool management. And so Red Hat Storage in conjunction with Rev also supports live migration. We know that live migration is migrating a virtual machine from one physical host to another in the event of a failure of planned maintenance, all with zero downtime or without any disruption to services. So as a result of this integration, you're also able to leverage the synchronous and asynchronous capabilities of Red Hat Storage for high availability and disaster recovery of virtual machines as well. So lastly, we have support for all existing Red Hat Storage workloads. Common server workloads include application servers, IT applications, and web services. So on this slide, we have a snapshot of our unified virtual and storage management console that I just mentioned is in tech preview with this release. So this is quite an intuitive interface, and you will be able to manage storage and virtual resources holistically from this GUI. The full support of storage management capabilities in RevM is actually slated for mid next year. So the integration of Red Hat Storage and Red Hat Enterprise Virtualization is designed to maximize the value of your virtualization and storage investments. And through the convergence of these two technologies, we will help you minimize costs and operational complexities, maximize agility and innovation, ensure enterprise growth, and high availability. So going into a little bit of detail into how the specific features of this integration will help you realize these benefits, we'll take a look at that on this slide. So you can deploy both Red Hat Storage and Rev on standardized x86 hardware or leverage your existing x86 infrastructures. So you're also able to store your Rev images in less expensive scale-out NAS storage solutions compared to expensive SAN infrastructures or proprietary monolithic NAS systems. And in addition, you can centrally manage virtual servers and storage infrastructures through the RevM console and simplify operations to an integrated, easy to manage and deploy solution. So in the process, you gain visibility and control of large-scale infrastructures also from a single pane of glass. And since you no longer have to rely on complex SAN infrastructures for storing virtual images, you're able to further reduce your operational complexities, save staff time, and also significantly reduce maintenance overhead. And so as you know, Red Hat's business model is subscription-based. And so by leveraging the volume economics of standardized x86 hardware and through a subscription model, you can better predict your costs and thereby achieve significant cost savings in your virtualization initiatives. So how do you maximize agility and innovation? Again, so as you can deploy both Rev and Red Hat storage on standardized x86 hardware, you have the freedom to pick a hardware vendor of choice. There is no vendor lock-in. And the solution is also flexible in an additional sense that you can deploy Red Hat storage either as a guest in the virtual machine or on bare metal in the underlying infrastructure. You can deploy Red Hat storage anywhere, meaning you can deploy it in your on-premise data center, in a private cloud, and the public cloud. And with Red Hat, you also have the power to be part of a community-driven innovation and not vendor-driven innovation. So our open technologies enable you to customize or program your virtual machine operations or storage functionalities to better suit your needs. So you're able to solve problems in the software as opposed to waiting for improvements in the hardware. So you're able to actually innovate at the pace of your business. Moving on to the next slide. So the simplest way to address the challenges of massive growth or virtual machine sprawl is with a storage system that scales linearly as capacity is added to the system, and also one that does not compromise on performance either. So Red Hat storage scales massively to petabyte levels without compromising on performance. And also with the scale-out architecture of Red Hat storage, we will enable, or you can seamlessly grow storage to meet the dynamic needs of your virtual environment. And with the advanced features of Rev or the advanced virtualization features of Rev and the built-in resiliency features of Red Hat storage, like live migration, workload balancing, and provisioning from Rev, and as well as self-healing, synchronous and asynchronous replication capabilities of Red Hat storage, you can enable disaster recovery and business continuity for your virtual machines. Finally, to summarize, this integration is an industry-first approach to converging virtualization and storage in the software without a vendor lock-in. So we enable you to build resilient, agile, and optimal virtual and storage infrastructures across private, public, and hybrid clouds. We provide a fabric-based infrastructure that will also enable you to streamline IT operations in a holistic and efficient manner across heterogeneous hardware platforms. And further, this integration will also support your business-critical applications without you having to compromise on your service levels or costs. So as next steps, we'd like you to review your challenges related to your virtualization initiatives and storage management. You can learn more about how Red Hat can help you with these challenges at the URLs that are provided below. And for updates on what's coming and when you can download the bits for trialware and how we will be delivering this product to the market, stay tuned with us and follow us on both Twitter and Facebook. So the Twitter handle for Red Hat Storage is @Red Hat Storage. And the Facebook page is also Facebook/Red Hat Storage. And we also have another corporate channel through which you can, corporate Twitter channel through which you can get updates on what's happening at Red Hat. So with that, we come to the conclusion of this session. So thanks for your time today, and hope you have a great day.